Everybody, welcome. Oh, let me go live on Facebook too. Yeah. Okay. Hello, welcome to the Blissful Life Community membership. This is the launch of the Blissful Life Community. We've been sending out emails and we were hoping to have plenty of people here, but we at least have one person. We have Marilyn Gottlieb. Marilyn, how you doing today?
I'm hanging in there. I'm at the point in my day where I'm a bit aggravated. How are you doing, Sailor and Matthew?
Doing all right.
Tyler?
Well, sorry you're feeling aggravated. We're going to make your life a little more blissful. You know, we're going to make your life a little more blissful. And it's going to be all good. And I'm actually here in Mexico now with my my family because we're all celebrating my grandmother's birthday here. So it's gonna be all fun. We're gonna be all, yes, it's gonna be fun. And so, Tyler, tell people what's the purpose of this Blissful Life Community. We don't so much teach it, but we facilitate it. It's a mastermind format. The idea is for people to live a life of bliss, even during difficult times, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
We basically, we'll just talk amongst ourselves about struggles we're facing and then how we can overcome the challenges in life. And maybe someone's not going through anything challenging, but may have gone through challenges in general to get where they are. In other words, to be successful, because success is not something that's easy by any means. I mean, it certainly wasn't for me. I ended up getting 2 degrees from 2 different institutions, associates and a bachelor's, and that wasn't easy. And I didn't think I would do it at first, particularly the bachelor's, because I had a bad first semester. It was really bad, actually. I was on academic probation for 2 semesters, and I bounced back fairly quickly within a year. I was on good standing, and I've been on good standing ever since. And then I graduated 2 years after that, in December of 2017, from Stephen F. Austin. And as everyone knows, maybe not everyone does, but some people may, most people do, in my inner circle. Sailor went to Stephen F. Austin for a year.
Yes,
and that's how he and I
right.
actually met. And we literally have almost the same story.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, but we could certainly get into that in coming weeks and whatever. Yeah.
Yes, we sure can. We can get into the coming weeks, and we have the same story. I have 2 years of college, and I'm pursuing entrepreneurship actually with Tyler, and part of this entrepreneurship venture is the Blissful Life Community. We're very thankful we have our guest, Marilyn Gottlieb, here. She's been on Speakers Playhouse and at Work Party, which has been, a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Now, normally the membership is $25 a month for a low flat rate. What you get is access to these community calls where we all brainstorm and mastermind together on how to help each other in life. But we also, for everybody that pays, sponsors a speaker, sponsors another member who is like disabled or on a fixed income who can't afford it. Actually, Marilyn, you are sponsored because mom, Aunt Cher, by y'all signing up for the Blissful Life Community, y'all sponsored Marilyn to be here for free. And
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so you're being sponsored, which is great. And I'm so glad that you joined. And so tell us, what's been going on in your world? How can we make your life better today, Marilyn?
Well, what's been going on in my world is I'm trying to manage a situation that I have a deadline for, and I am also dealing with allergies. Like I noticed that when it's right at that temperature where the air conditioner keeps turning on and off is when like I start to react to it, either going up or going down. And I have a new filter for that air conditioner, but I can't find it. And I ordered a new one, but they said you don't have enough credit, and they canceled the order. But Amazon took away $800 of my credit line, and American Express took away part of my credit line. So when they see you're about to max out your credit line and they take away part of it, it makes your credit score go down because then you're using more of your available credit. And then I have to scramble every month to pay for the 5 things I order so that I get like a 5 to 15% discount for ordering 5 things at a time. And but it isn't just me. That My Pillow guy was on an interview where he said they took away part of his American Express credit line too.
You talking about Mike Lindell, right?
Yeah. And so,
and I love Mike Lindell. I love him, love him because he wants to make our country more blissful too, because he wants paper ballot hand count voting for all elections, no exceptions, no matter what party, no matter anything. That's what he wants, and that's what I'm in favor of. Is that's a way to make our country blissful.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's secure, to make it to where it doesn't matter who wins or doesn't. We can trust it. You know what I mean?
And Tyler, I'm sorry I said your name wrong earlier.
No, you're good. Matthew's my name too.
Well, I also said Taylor instead of Tyler. And
you said
you
said Tyler.
I was not.
But yeah, I love Mike Lindell. I love what he's doing, and I believe he wants us to all live in bliss too.
Yes, he does.
He's a good man.
I don't know about that, but I do know that they took away part of his credit line, just like me. So it's not just me.
Right. But I mean, in general, like I'm talking about just in life. I don't mean just. I don't know.
So, and what else did I want to say? I'm in the band that plays in the Grand Floral Parade, and I was not able to do the parade on Saturday, but I did go to the band lunch. And then I went to a graduation party. It was also an 18th birthday party, and I walked with my rolling suitcase and my knee brace in the heat up a 0.4-mile hill with no sidewalks. I should have tried to contact the girl's mother on Facebook and seen if someone could pick me up, but they gave me a ride down the hill. But then her father was in ICU and he died the next day, but apparently he got to see her graduate high school on the live stream, which is good. But and then yeah, and then I went to a night of learning, and I noticed that I'm having these medical issues when I get overheated, because there is air conditioning in that building, but with all the glass windows, right, it gets warm in there and it can't like keep up. And that was all on Saturday, and I had been having trouble sleeping and only slept like 3 hours for like 3 nights in a row. And anyway, and also the lady who cleaned for us 2 days a week growing up from Haiti, she died last week, and I didn't know she was sick. And I had been talking to her on the phone, and her husband died like less than a year ago, and 2 of her children have died. One of them had cancer, but she never told me that she was sick. And then her daughter posted she died, and it was like that. Like, so it's like juggling 1,000 balls, and it's like how many of them fall when I hit this virtual wall every day? So anyway, I just would encourage people, no matter how hard it is, don't give up.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, like, again, who all died? Your friends, you said?
Well, my friend who had the 18th birthday and the high school graduation, her father died the next day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then the lady that was from Haiti, and my mother helped bring her family over from Haiti. She died last week and apparently had been sick, and she never told me she was sick. She was 85.
Wow.
Well, I just saw on the news that Jimmy Carter is still alive, but he's not doing well.
He's not doing well.
No,
I watched
he's in hospital. He's almost 100.
He's been in hospice though.
Yeah, for 16 months, but he's doing even worse, I think.
Well,
But he's still
yeah,
like he's still here. He's still, I mean, he's still kicking, still doing well. I mean, I happen to kind of like him. You know, he's really good. I liked that he quoted the Bible when he was inaugurated, which was good. So yeah.
and this funeral that's going to be like in Massachusetts, I talked to the funeral home to ask if there was going to be a live stream, but there may not be because they have to pay extra for it to bring in somebody out from outside. And like they may not have a live stream, so I may not be able to watch the funeral. And he said he would get back to me like yesterday, but that's okay. I'll contact him like maybe tomorrow.
Why don't they just have volunteers to just do it for free?
I
You know,
don't
you
know. They say there's
shouldn't
legal
pay.
issues. There's legal issues involved, but other funeral homes have a live stream available, but this one does not. But they have an outside person that can do it. They can come in and do it for $50 if the family wants them to. So I just will wait and see if they do that. But
Yeah.
and I am gonna have to leave in like 4 minutes because I'm part of Riley's Mastermind calls on Wednesday, and if I'm not gonna make it for the holiday dinner that starts in 4 minutes,
Oh,
then I'm gonna go on
Huh?
her call.
but real quick, but so before you go, what advice do you give to all the people who are listening to this stream out here to live life more blissfully? Because we all each have challenges of our own. Marilyn, I really thank you for hopping on this call. It makes a difference, a world of difference to us, even if it's not the full hour, still makes a difference. The fact that you joined, because we've been really trying to launch this thing, it's been epic. Thank you so much. But yeah, what advice would you give to anybody to live
Well,
a more
number one,
blissful?
don't give up. And if you're having trouble, like you have to like know what your priorities are and start dropping things off your schedule if you're not doing well, like and appreciate like the flowers that I was brought for the holiday and be grateful for the things you do have. And if you can't take it a day at a time, take it an hour at a time or 5 minutes at a time, but don't give up because if there are things that before the internet, they had this thing called Plato at the University of Illinois, and you could only correspond by typing to people on the nearby Air Force Base or like in the university. And if you look up, it was part like of the history of the internet. Anyway, and that was the first time like you meet people in person, and you may not like them as much in person as you do when you meet them online, even if they are who they say that like they are, which people at that point were basically who they said they were, whereas now you can be anybody or AI. But anyway, best thing I ever saw, Annie's suicide reason was posted on a psychology message board there, because if it gets better one day, I want to be here to see it.
Exactly.
So yeah, and so I would tell people that I'm having a hard time too, and just don't give up, because I'm trying to help people that are a few steps behind me to know that just don't give up, okay?
Don't give, that's amen. That is excellent advice,
That's right.
Marilyn. Well, Marilyn, I know you have to go, but thank you so much for being on this call. The next scheduled call will be in July.
My birthday's in July.
July
Yes,
10th, right?
it's
No,
the
July
second, it's always
24th.
the second Wednesday of a month.
Yep,
Yeah.
July 10th.
Let
July
me
10th,
see. What day is June? What day is July 10th?
Wednesday.
And
Yeah.
my birthday's July 24th.
July when?
24th.
Oh, 24th.
Oh,
Ooh, 2 weeks
Now we
later.
can celebrate your birthday on the call.
I'm
Well,
going to be 60 years old.
Oh, all right.
All
well,
right, you guys.
Marilyn, thank you so much for joining.
Well, thank you for having me as a guest, and you can come on like my show sometime if I actually have a show as opposed to live streaming whatever. Okay, take care, you guys.
You too. Thank you.
Bye to the audience out there.
Bye-bye. Well, awesome, Tyler. I believe we had a good Blissful Life Community call, didn't we? Even though it was short.
Of
But
course.
at least it's progress right there. We know we had one other person join now. Who knows how many more we're gonna have next month, you know?
I know, right? Well, now that we've discussed Marilyn's story, what if we go on to discuss our story?
Yeah.
You and I, our story.
So
After all, we're partners and co-hosts, right?
yeah, we are. And so, as you said, he
Absolutely.
and I have the same condition. We both
Yep.
have retinopathy of prematurity, right? Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And we were both born premature, except I was born in Conroe, Texas on June
Yep.
3rd of 1993. And you were born where?
I was born at Shreveport, Louisiana on February 11th, 1991.
That's right. That's right. And, my mom fought for me a lot. I had education both in Mexico and the United States, went to public school and a private school and also a school for the blind. I did 2 years of college. But it was my family who helped me get to where I am, and they're still helping me to this day, including launching this venture. I know you praise your mom especially a lot, right?
Oh yeah, I brag about her all the time, even though she's no longer here with us because she went to be with Jesus. And yeah, she fought for me as much as your mom fought for you. And in
Right.
fact, when I was young, she and I went to Austin at the Texas Capitol twice, and we rallied legislatures so that they could pass a law to where people in the state like me who have disabilities, like just basic disabilities, could be in regular classes rather than having to resort to resource classes.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
and I still used resource classes as a resource, and that was it. I didn't use them as my mainstream classes like I used to after the bill passed, that law, whatever it was called. I don't know what it was called, but it passed. We went to the Texas Capitol twice. My mom and I did. We went with this advocacy group that she was a part of. That she attended the workshops on weekends. She would actually go to the workshops on Saturdays with this group, and it was an advocacy group for, I think it was like moms with disabled children or something. I don't even know what it's called, but
Right.
whatever it was called. That's what she would do, and her mom would actually watch us while she did that because my dad would often be on drill in the Army sometimes. But yeah, and that's pretty much what we did. And then when I was about 6, give or take, my sister, my brother, sister, and I would go to a park all day. We'd go swimming and stuff while my mom was at work, and so my sister would babysit us. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I had a good childhood. My brother taught me how to ride a bike. My sister taught me how to tie my shoes. I taught myself how to cut my nails, finger and toenails. No one really taught me that. I just kind of taught myself. But I try to be very careful when doing it. But yeah, as mentioned earlier, Sailor and I literally have just about the same story. I have a twin brother. He has a twin sister. And what's interesting about it is he and I both saw the same eye surgeon in Detroit, Michigan, Dr. Tracy, who is considered the best eye surgeon in the nation, pretty much. And we went there a few times. I went there, I believe it was like, 5 times? I had 10 eye surgeries total, 5 in each eye when I was a baby. But it only gave me the ability to see light and dark. It didn't fix my vision. And I understand that you had surgeries done in your eyes, but it only gave you the ability to see a little bit in your right eye, correct?
Correct. Yes, it did. Yes.
Okay. So what's interesting about our story is my brother, he was born blind too, but his eyes,
Prematurity.
yeah, but his eyes reversed because he and I are twins. So his eyes reversed from blindness to sighted. And he has a twin sister whose eyes reversed from blindness to sighted too, which is really cool. And it's really interesting who you meet in life because sometimes the people you meet in life like are unexpected. It's like, dang, it's like, wow, we literally have like just about the same story, like the same almost the same thing. We could almost be
Exactly.
we could almost be related, but we're not. I mean, it's just amazing. Now, I didn't go to Mexico or anything like that. I've never left the US before.
And
I've always
and
been in the US.
and you see, I know you say you don't want to go to the US, go leave the US because of the border, but you see, I agree. I mean, Mexico is great. Other countries are great, but you say this all the time, and I agree with you. Despite political polarization and intense
Oh yeah.
debate and political climate and the problems, the United States, we are the greatest nation in the history of the face of the earth.
Oh yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. One day I would love to possibly go to Cancun. That'd be fun. I just, we'll see. I just, I, I don't know. The border, the everything that's
Yeah,
going on with that. Now, luckily here in Texas, the governor's really doing a good job at making sure we're safe here, which is good. I'm glad about that. Um, and and who knows, maybe one of these days I can visit Cancun because I would love to actually try authentic Mexican food from Mexico itself, just to get a taste of what it would taste like compared to Mexican food here. I mean, I believe I've had authentic Mexican food before, um, because they mainly specialize in the small, really soft corn shell tacos
exactly.
with the lime, cilantro, and onions. And I've had those, and those are really good. But
That's
yeah,
right.
Mexican food. I would love to one day possibly go on a vacation to Mexico. It'd be
Oh, for
something.
sure.
I wouldn't mind. But I'm telling you, like our story, going back to our story, it's pretty amazing how we literally have literally just about the same story. And despite our challenges, we still live in bliss.
Yes, we
Have,
do.
we still, despite what I've been through, despite what he's been through, we still live in bliss because in the end, you have one life to live,
Yes, you
and,
do.
and you don't want to waste it. There's actually a song by Chris Allen called Live Like We're Dying.
And Tim
Uh,
McGraw song too. It's a different, same title but different song. Live like you were dying.
well, you're talking about the song Tim McGraw
Yeah,
and Hubbard, right?
live.
What's the name
No,
of that song?
no, it's a different one.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, from
But yeah,
2010.
Tim McGraw is really good. But yeah, Live Like We're Dying by Chris Allen's really good because he's talking about, hey, uh, who would you call, if the plane fell out of the sky or whatever, like what would you do if everything just ended and all that? And he talks about how you only have 86,400 seconds in a day, turn it all away or turn it all around or throw it all away.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, think about it. I mean, 86,400 seconds in one day. That's it.
yeah.
It's crazy.
But
And basically what he's trying to convey to listeners of a song is literally every day is like you're dying because every day is just one more day. You
it
never
is
know.
yeah, you never know. Yeah, live each day to the fullest. And like
And you never know
Marilyn
when
said, there'll be hard times, but you can overcome them.
that's right. And there's another song by Nickelback, If Today Was Your Last Day. And
Yeah,
that's another good song I really like. Nickelback's one of my favorite groups, by the way. Um, he he's really talented, Chad Kroger. But yeah, he
yeah,
says if today was your last day, if tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? In other
yeah.
words, he's basically saying, hey, you know, why don't you just live life to the fullest? And but ultimately, I believe as a Christian that I should live life for Christ and live to glorify Him. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah,
Because in the end, I'm accountable to Him, not to
yeah.
anyone else. Yes, I'm accountable to people in general, but I'm mostly accountable to God and what He has for my life. Now, obviously,
Exactly.
for those who don't believe that, that's totally fine. I mean, for those who are not into that, they're accountable to others, and just to themselves. But
Right.
but yeah, I believe no matter where you come from, no matter where you are in life, a blissful life can be achieved because, I mean, it's all about mindset. It's about what you make of it. If you always have the negative attitude of, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'll never do this, I'll never do that, well, then you won't, because you won't even try. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
don't get me wrong. I've had those attitudes before, and I shouldn't have. I think we all have. Heck, you even have. Just the other day, you texted me. You were like, this community's done. Now, obviously, we were joking, but still,
Yeah, it's
you know,
not done.
it's
No.
not done. But I tell you what, um, the Blissful Life community, I think is good. I think we should really hit some issues, particularly when it comes to blindness.
Yes.
That's a big thing. One positive thing about that, though, is they are testing out self-driving cars for blind people.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm so excited for that. I believe that within the next 10 to 15 years, hopefully, I could potentially be in a car and I
Yes.
could be driving. I mean,
And so,
it's
yeah, what's
amazing.
gonna happen? But no, what a success. I didn't think we would pull this off, but we did it thanks to Marilyn who joined as well. And next month it's
Absolutely.
gonna be even more. So anything else you want to talk about on this call? Or
Yeah. What about tell the listeners a little bit about kind of your life, like kind of the challenges you might have faced. One of the things before we do that, one of the challenges that I had in life was my mom overcame alcoholism. She was an alcoholic for a while,
yeah.
and she overcame breast cancer 3 times, ultimately succumbed to the disease. Actually, it was pneumonia that killed her, but still.
You know what? I've had trouble adapting in life sometimes, basically finding employment, being self-sufficient because of the 70% unemployment, which is why I'm pursuing entrepreneurship now. Not
Exactly.
to Blissful Life Community, but to incorporate diversity and inclusion in workplace.
Oh yeah. I believe in that stuff. I believe that people with disabilities, many of them are underestimated by people who don't understand. Well, I think it's mainly people who have a stigma. Now,
Yeah,
having said that, I don't believe most people who employ people have that attitude. I believe most employers want to work with blind people. They want to accommodate and help in some small way. I believe most employers are willing to do it. They just don't know where to turn yet. Does that make
right.
sense? In other words, they're not educated on how. Our job, I don't believe it's just our job as in you and I, but our job as blind individuals in general is to try to educate those people on how to move forward and how to accommodate people who are blind in the workplace without it costing a fortune for them. See, that's another thing. A lot of employers think, oh, what about the cost? What about this? What about that? Well, there's agencies and there's organizations that are willing to help. National Federation of the Blind is one that they can help. I do believe they need to do more personally than what they're doing.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think they're doing enough. I think, in some ways, I mean, the conventions are good, don't get me wrong, but I do believe they need to do more than what they're doing. The American Council of the Blind is pretty good. They can help. There's state agencies across the nation that can help. For instance, Texas Workforce Solutions.
Those that state agencies need to improve like on their speed and not be as bureaucratic, like
Yeah, of course.
I'm getting my technology this next week and all that, which is good. And they're helping us with this business. There could be some improvements there. I'm going to strive to help with that as well, but I know it's going to be great.
What technology are you talking about?
I'm getting a new braille display.
Ooh, I would love to get a braille display for my iPhone.
Yeah.
Because my braille note my braille note Apex, man, it's so out of date. But it doesn't support Apple anymore.
No, it's all, yeah.
It's very old. But yeah, I do believe that there are ways to get help for the blind individual, even if they don't feel like there is. And so, for anyone who's discouraged tonight about that, who is blind, or maybe not even just blind, people with epilepsy, people with different disabilities, people with, all sorts of disabilities, there are advocacy groups that are willing to help.
Yeah.
Disability rights, I believe there's another one. I think it's nonprofit. But yeah, it isn't just blind people that are facing employment challenges either. When it comes to the disabled, people with epilepsy are stigmatized, particularly those who have the really bad epilepsy.
Yeah.
People with autism are stigmatized because they're viewed as, I don't know what, but I mean, I'm not going to say it on here because it's not very nice. They're just viewed, I don't know what they're viewed as. I guess less of a person. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, what? I mean, and these people are smart. There are people with autism and epilepsy and other disabilities who are very smart, who can do just about anything. It's just they're not given a chance by some in society because there's a stigma attached to it that says, oh, you can't do this because of this.
Right.
It's like, what? Yeah, we can. And yeah, we will. We're going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
So I believe that bliss is in reach for anyone out there who has not even just a disability. Let's say they're just down on their luck, like Marilyn was. Let's just say, I don't know, having a bad day. I don't know. You're just, you don't feel good today emotionally. You feel discouraged about something. This Blissful Life community is for everybody. It isn't just for the disabled. You know what I mean? Now, I do believe that aspects of the Blissful Life community, we could center it around blindness issues like transportation, employment, independence, things of that sort. I think we could have a session on that and a session on,
Sure.
just a general session.
Blissful Life Community is a mastermind format where we teach each other how to live in bliss, even during times. That's how I'm marketing this community, right?
That's right. Because in the end, one of these days, we hope to make a career, and I believe we can do it.
We can.
In fact, I know we can. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I kind of had radio in my mind kind of as a little career. Like when I was like not a little kid, when I was like a teenager, one of the ministers from my old church I grew up in told me I should be a radio person. And it's like, interesting. But I never thought I would be meeting you in the future, which is now the present, which was 10 years ago.
That's right.
I never thought where it would lead. I never thought that you and I would team up and do a radio station, Real Variety Radio, if anyone is interested. You can go to our website at realvarietyradio.com. You can click on the listen icon. You can listen that way. And you can download the Get Me Radio app and search for us that way too. Search for Real Variety Radio. And we have a podcast called Hope Without Sight. And basically that is a podcast where we present guests who've overcome challenges in life and they encourage others through their diverse challenges.
That's right.
And so Hope Without Sight doesn't just apply to blind people. No, it's for everyone. Because hope without sight is a metaphor. It's a metaphor that says, hey, we see hope even in the darkest hour. That's hope without sight.
That's right.
So yeah. So is there anything else you would like to say?
No, I think we had a good kickoff call. And
I know, right? And we actually, what's cool is we said we wanted to do it for about an hour and it's already getting close to being about an hour.
It'll be up just about an hour, and with only one of her posts on here, even though she was on a short time. But anyhow, yeah, please subscribe to our mailing list. I'll be sharing it on social media, and I'll be posting. This call is being recorded. The recording will be available later, and please please sign up for the next call on Wednesday, July 10th.
Absolutely. And I also think it would be cool if people could interact on Facebook too, where they can go into the live stream. You know how you can bring people live on Facebook, like for a minute or two? Maybe we can do something like that in the future too. That way, and we could have a call line too. What about those who don't have Zoom, for instance? Yeah. And so it's just amazing how we want to make everyone's lives better, but ultimately this is a platform where we just encourage one another. That's pretty much what it is. And bliss, everyone wants that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, if you don't have anything else, what would you say? What would you?
Live in bliss.
Yeah.
Yes. And stay blessed, everybody. Okay.